All right, we're going to go over your introduction, conclusion, your test, retest, and our game that we're going to play if you do have time for your game. And for your introduction, same as our other seminars, we're going to go over the anatomy. For the hamstrings, anatomy is 3 muscles. You don't necessarily need to know the names of those muscles, but do mention that there are 3. And if you have access to a whiteboard, you don't have to be an artist, but just really simply basically draw out those 3 muscles so that your members do have a visual to put with what they're going to be working with today for the hamstrings. For the glutes, I know it's a little bit more technical. If you'd like to do a drawing for the glutes, I'd appreciate that. If not, don't stress yourself out about it. And then the glutes, we're working with, as we all know, glute medius, glute maximus, glute minimus. I mentioned those 3. And it's very important to also mention the deep 6, also known as the 6 sisters. There are 6 muscles that are deep in your butt that are huge contributors to glute tension, glute tightness, and you don't necessarily need to mention the names of those or draw those out, but do mention and emphasize the piriformis. Piriformis can get very stubborn. It's very deep in there. It's very hard to get to, but with our activities today, we will be providing some relief to that area, piriformis. So that is our anatomy. Although we're also worth mentioning the hamstrings are responsible for bending your knee and also rotating your hip. So a lot of times when we see dysfunction in the knees or the hips, low back pain, general postural problems, a lot of it is starting with the hamstrings, and if it didn't start with the hamstrings, it'll get there. So also mention the extending effects that tight hamstrings have. Let's see what else. Test, retest. Forward fold and the squat. We've gone over these motions in our other seminars, so I'm not going to go over that here, but I don't think that we have done a knee to chest scenario. This can be done seated, it can be done standing, but just basic huzzah, knee to chest. If a person can't break 90, that's good information. We need to work with that. They should be able to at least break into 135, 140, and then, if you're a freaking nature yoga geek like me, they'll just be doing splits in the air. So that is our test, retest, and for your conclusion, again, just a recap, really basic things that we've gone over. One thing that we haven't done before that I'd like to do, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but I think it's worth a shot. If your members have their cellular device on them, their glowing rectangle, have them partner up for the test, retest, and have them take pictures. I'd really like for them to see the difference because there is a really big difference going through these activities. So throwing it out there, feel free to do what you want with it, and if it works for your group, it does. If not, don't worry. For the game that we're going to be playing towards the end, you will have everybody basically having a figure 4 contest. A figure 4 is running into everything. Crossing the leg over. Basic, right? We can all do this motion. The trick is it's going to be balancing. So you'll have people start, they will get into a figure 4, and then we'll see who can sit the deepest. Ooh, not me today. Who will sit the deepest, and who can sit the longest without falling. And then, I don't know, the winner gets a high five from everybody, or maybe bring a prize. Doesn't matter. Who can sit the deepest, who can sit the longest. If you have like a stark tie and they're not showing any sign of finishing, see who can lift their heel up. So just a fun thing, get people to be silly and have fun with it. All right, so we've gone over our intro, conclusion, test, retest, and the game. All right, hit me up if you guys have any questions. Bye.